Evening, guys. Tonight we are going to talk about Blade. While we wait for our guests to arrive, it's time it's time to share the screen and show you what tonight's topic is. Focus on. And here he is, Slayer of vampires, as well as being an anti-vampire himself. Meet Blade. Here is Blade. This is who we're talking about tonight, folks. Blade, aka Eric Brooks himself, African American vigilante. Welcome, Anthony.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi. Hi. Doing okay. Who's
Good.
that? Who's with you?
Just me, I think.
Well, I hear other voices, but hey, thanks for coming
Okay.
back, Anthony. It's been a
You're
long
welcome. Mm-hmm.
time. Yeah. Right now, I need to sit. Anyway, well, I'll be here.
All right. Is that any better?
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So tell me, when was the first time you've learned about Blade?
First time I learned about Blade, one of my friends asked me if I wanted to go see the Blade movie, and I was like, Blade? What Blade? So that was the first Wesley Snipes movie. And so we went and saw it together. And then he was telling me that it'd been a comic book for a while. I thought, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed the movie. The first one was pretty good. And
Yep.
I didn't realize it was as old as it was. I was doing some research today, and someone was saying that Blade was a comic book that went all the way back to 1929. I was like, holy cow.
1929.
Yeah. It was a fallout from their Dracula comic book series. And they created Blade out of that.
Yep. Slayer of vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Miss Sparkles, and happy early Halloween.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome.
Sorry, am I late? It's just that my stuff was messing up. So
We
my
just
camera's
Just
on.
in time.
Okay. I love Blade.
Yeah, me too. Second movie was kind of so, but third one was okay too.
Yeah. Which one's the one with they're like Jaws and Hinge? Isn't there one?
That was the second one.
Yeah, I didn't like that one. No.
Yeah.
And then I hated
kinda,
Jessica Biel, or whatever, however.
in the third one.
Justin Timberlake's, I don't want the years anymore. Justin Timberlake's wife. Yeah, I don't like her at all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I was gonna share stream, but I don't think I'm following you on. I don't think I thought I subbed to you on YouTube, but I don't see you. You never pop up.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Why are you sorry? I don't know why. I could swear I subbed to you. I could swear I
I'll
don't
have
ever
to.
see you. So
I'll have to
I
set
need.
a
I
note.
want to follow you. Here, you put it in the private chat, your channel, so I can share it out. Look how green. Look how yellow I am. Yeah, I'm yellow. What do you think? Like it? Look, my pants are even
From your
yellow
jacket?
too. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah. Woo! I got it for $1 at Goodwill. It's a whole sweatsuit.
Wow.
It's to torment my mom.
You're like your own superhero with your own uniform now.
Welcome. Welcome.
Yep.
Hey, Sergeant.
Hey there, Chris.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome. Hi.
Hey, guys.
It's great to have
Hey,
you
welcome
aboard. for the
aboard.
first time.
Hey.
Yep. Tonight,
Hey, it's Philip Morgan. Hey, Philip.
Hey there.
yeah.
Can't share out the
Sorry, I'm
channel
late.
though because they're not sub to him. I don't.
Sorry, I'm a
Yep.
little bit late. I had a little bit of trouble there for a second.
Hello, 13 King Style.
Where?
Welcome
Hey,
aboard.
King Style.
Howdy. Hey, how you been, everybody?
You like my
Wow.
yellow outfit? You like it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I took it for $1. Google to torment my mom. Yeah. Give me the pants.
Nice.
See? Look, give me the pants. Bam. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, Blade's awesome.
Yep. The very first of successful Marvel films in today's era.
You know, it's
From-
crazy. We almost didn't get this. We almost had Wesley Snipes as Black Panther.
Nuh-uh.
He
Really?
would have been
I didn't know that
T'Challa.
part.
Yeah, like it was either T'Challa or it would have been Blade.
Yep.
Oh, they
And
were
he
deciding
chose
on which.
Blade. He's like, no, I'm picking Blade.
Mhm.
He suits being Blade way better anyways. Yeah, I can't picture him as.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so he was given options.
I don't
So before he
No.
auditioned for Blade, he was given options of other.
I don't think he could
Oh,
Hello?
do the I don't think he could have.
King Style, you're cutting in and out. Or is that just me?
No, I hear it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah, it's him.
yeah,
I'll message him.
yeah.
I
I
can't-
first learned about Blade since watching Spider-Man the Animated Series. You know, the cartoon.
Yeah. Never really
Mhm.
watched it though because I
Never
wasn't big into
watched
Marvel. I
it.
was more DC.
Yeah, this is
No, I
yeah.
wasn't
This
talking
cartoon
about-
introduced me to him back in the day.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man. Yeah, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
First time I got introduced to Blade, I was 5 years old. My mom and my and her sister, my Aunt Jennifer, were watching it, and it scared the living hell out of me. I was crying after that
Hi,
shit. kicked
Furious
the vampire in
Dan.
the
Hey,
face.
how's it going? How's it going?
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
Hey,
And welcome
Dan.
to Chris.
Yeah, just try to hang in here, but the sciatica is kicking.
Your
my
hoodie's
ass right now.
awesome, Dan. I
How's it
like
going,
your
Miss
hoodie.
Sparkles?
I like your hoodie.
Oh, thank you. I make my own stuff.
I
Yeah.
like
I
it.
yeah, I
How do
got
I
you
get
design.
one? I want one.
Oh, right now I'm working on this anime thing also as well with my intro, and it's coming out pretty good. So I got to do is set up the scene by scene, delete and cut. It's a lot.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool. You know, I got roadkill with the taco truck. You know how it is. I made that. I'll show that to you later on with that one. So it's pretty funny. Yeah. Man, how you guys been, man? How's the chat?
Yep.
Don't mind me. I'm in pain so much right now, bro.
Oh, hi.
I sleep for
Oh,
9 hours and I got up with this torture.
damn.
Someone
Morgan,
send
how's
me
it
this
going?
channel link so I can share it out.
Hi, Cyfax.
Oh man, you're talking about
Oh,
Blade.
hi,
Oh, I love
Cyfax.
Blade.
Yeah.
Yo, Blade's the best.
Yeah. If anyone's able to access the chat from the panel, feel free to say hi to Cyfax, and I'm sure he can help. Or I could help too. Anyway,
I can't
I
get
learned
it.
of Blade from this animated show from the 90s. And he was voiced by, I can't remember who he's voiced by, but I think it was Dorian Harewood or someone
I
like
think
that.
that's when he first started, though, right? When he first started with Spider-Man, I think this is the Blade series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was off the hook though. That
I
was
won't
off the
lie.
hook.
A couple of the images, he looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
In
I
a
don't
way,
know why.
I think most
Yeah,
people in the
like this.
90s, be honest with you, they use that type of hairstyle in every cartoon. So basically, they
Yeah.
all look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, you know,
Well, it's
I'm
also
not gonna
facial-
pronounce his name here though. That's
The
why.
alpha male
Oh.
look.
Also, the
Yeah, I
facial
can
structure
see.
too kind of looks a little
Yeah.
Arnold looking too.
Yeah, Arnold was very popular back in the 90s. That's why he was the toy soldier type of look material. Yeah, so everybody had that haircut style back in the 90s,
Yeah.
except for the Spanish folks. To say.
His
Yeah.
outfit's also getting a bit Terminator as well, just a little bit. though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, this hairstyle and this look from the show. Yeah. He kind of looks like a biracial version of Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator, as well as wearing Ghost Rider's vest when you look at the spikes on the vest.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah. Blade is quite the remarkable kind of anti-hero dash superhero and one of the leading members of the Midnight Suns.
Yeah. He's great in the game.
The only
That's
thing
the
I
character.
liked it when Wesley Snipes played as him too. Actually did a good job with him though. Yeah, there was a good story background with him with that. That looks off the hook. Spider-Man turned into a vampire. Not
Oh
good.
yeah.
Pretty deep.
Yeah.
That is deep. That is deep.
You guys know the original Blade design? He was in disco clothes in the 1973 because he was actually in Tomb of Dracula number 10 in 1973. Actually, the month I was born. But the current Blade we know wasn't introduced until just before the Spider-Man show in 1994. And then the Wesley Snipes movie in 98.
Cool. I'm trying to imagine him in disco clothes, and I don't like the side that I'm picturing in my head.
I mean, like Luke Cage looking pink jacket, green pants. Yeah, and then the Daywalker thing didn't end up happening until he was in Night Stalkers, which was right before his solo comic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Blade is. Yep. Blade also carries weapons, not just a sword, but he even has metal stakes, rifle guns, lots of stuff.
Yeah, he did. He also had those little bombs that he throws that actually kills the vampires with it. But they call those
the old
sunlight
ones?
bombs. I call them sunlight bombs. It's just the rays of the sun that
Makes
just kills them all.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and some people. Yeah, Blade. Yeah. Yeah, Wesley Snipes was definitely a spitting image of Blade back in his day.
They did do a good job on that.
Yep.
It's like he was born for the role.
Yep.
And I don't even know what the hell is that.
That's the
Yeah.
design they switched to after they did the Blade TV series.
That looked
Which
horrible.
was it wasn't good. The series was bad.
I
It makes me
saw
think of Riddick.
Yeah.
they also did the miniseries too, like the real life people. And the guy they put for Blade was a boy-headed guy, and it didn't felt like Blade either.
Yep.
I saw that. I was
Not
like,
very
I only
many
watched
men
one
to pull
or
out
two
the
episodes.
hairstyle though. You know?
Yeah, I only watched 1 or 2 episodes out of it, and I was like, you know what, I'm done with it. Mm-mm.
Yep. Found your channel. And I
I need your
Yeah.
What is all that noise? Who is doing that? I'm trying to not let it bother me, but someone is going crazy.
Was it a chair squeak? It
Yeah.
was probably me.
Yeah. Yep. Well, squeaky chairs are Halloweeny too. Oh, and
Mm-hmm.
here's where I first got my glimpse at one of the first shots I seen of Blade. I mean, they had his sword wielding in plasma laser instead of the usual solid silver steel in the cartoons. And you all know that Dracula, based off the Romanian Vlad the Impaler himself, and turned bloodsucker of Dark Lord of Empires is an enemy of him as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, and by far the only villain that is so far deemed appropriate for kid cartoons.
Very
Yeah.
appropriate.
Yep. They even used Dracula in the Avengers Assemble animated series, which I find pretty interesting for them to do, making him part. Yeah, Dracula, as you know. Yeah, one of Blade's major adversaries, Lord of Vampires and stuff. Yeah, and some may mistake him for Malekith in shots like this.
They actually made not a series, but like an episode with him and the Punisher going at each other.
Really?
I'm not sure about that. I heard about something like that, but I never watched it though. To be honest.
I know the one episode of Spider-Man. It was Morbius. Was kind of the bad guy they were going after, but
Oh
I
yeah,
don't remember.
Morpheus.
Yeah, I don't remember if he was with the Punisher at all or not.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then Morbius was part Lycan and part vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's when
Jared-
he actually met the other girl, and she actually bit him, and he would actually turn to half vampire, half werewolf.
Ooh.
Yeah,
In like
something like that.
Underworld.
Yeah, I was
Kinda
going
like
to say,
that, yeah.
I think that, yeah, I don't remember that. I know that the whole aspect of Morbius is when he was experimented on because of a rare disease, just like in the movie, but I didn't follow up too much longer after, some of his appearances, but yeah, that was a new one. I didn't remember that.
Wait, wasn't he
Lycanthropy.
experimenting on himself though?
Yes, yes. There you go.
Ah,
There's
here's a comic.
there's the outfit.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. This was from the old days.
I'm surprised he doesn't have like a huge afro. It would have really fit the 70s.
In the first one, he did.
Of course he did.
Yeah, and actually, I think when he first started, he was not a daywalker. He was just a vampire hunter. But
Yeah.
then they kind of manipulated his backstory later on.
but
Yeah.
then the origin, but then the
That's
origin was
age
that.
transient vampire.
Then the origin
Sorry.
was that. Go ahead, my sparkles. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Sorry, you can go. I said sorry. That's all I say.
Then the origin was his mother actually got together with a regular human. He was born half human, half vampire, and that's how he got his power to become a daywalker.
Well, that was later changed in like that was kind of retconned. But when he was first introduced in '73, he was simply just a vampire hunter.
Yeah. Yeah, Vanessa Brooks. Yeah, Blade's mother.
That's my wife's name too, Vanessa.
That's a pretty name.
It is a great. It's Gothic's name too.
Yeah. Yeah, they even used her in the animated series of Spider-Man, episode 48 of the animated series. Ah, hi, Spy. We're talking about Blade. Marvel Blade. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Vanessa Brooks. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was definitely one of the victims of. Well, I kind of lost my thought for a minute there.
I don't remember how tall Wes is. She looks like she's the same size as him.
Oh, this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Bobby.
not super tall,
Okay.
especially
I
if you
am
look
right.
Yeah, if
I
you
am
look at what is the Brain Dead, the movies with him and Stallone and all those guys,
Oh,
he's about the same
Demolition
size.
Man.
No, well that too, but the one with where they're all the ex special ops guys,
Oh, Expendables.
Oh,
Expendables. That was it.
The third one.
Yeah,
That was the third one.
well,
I never watched it.
Stallone and
Saying,
they're pretty short, so
Yeah. Yeah.
the one with the Blade movie, people want to, a lot of people will say, well, the first Marvel superhero, they want to credit Iron Man.
Yeah, but it's definitely Blade.
No, it's Blade. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's what I mean.
The first one that. Yeah, it's Blade. Because I looked it up.
yeah. I don't remember anybody before Robert playing Iron Man that there was an Iron Man out there.
Well,
Oh,
technically
there
there actually was. It's an old, horrible movie.
Yeah, there's
It's
a
like-
horrible version.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Well, and then the Dolph
Oh,
Lundgren.
13 King style.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
welcome back.
There he is.
And then
Yes, I have
after
returned from the underworld.
You better. I was trying to message you, figure out what happened.
Yep. Yeah, Blade was quite the
Yeah, I'm
a
alive.
badass vampire hunter. There was also an anime based on the character that was
And there was a
dumped in
TV, a live action TV show. There was a
Yes,
TV
Yep.
show too, right?
that should have never existed.
I agree. I can agree.
Because he looked a lot like that.
Well, it only
Yeah.
really as a way to tell Wesley Snipes. Yeah, but
Oh.
I think the reason why they did the show was so that way Wesley Snipes can do the third Blade movie.
Mm.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that because they had a completely different guy playing Blade for the TV series. So,
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying that was their way of having him
Oh,
come
of
back
opening
and
up,
get somebody else. Like, hey, Wesley, if you don't honor your contract, we can just get any dude to play you in
Gotcha.
a movie or a TV show. We don't care.
right.
So they were
right.
bringing him back by threatening him to lose his spot.
Right. Well, by every story that's on set, Wes was kind of phoning that role in. So, on the third one.
Yeah. 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 You mentioned the Blade TV series. Let's check it out. Ah, yeah. Yeah, there was definitely a TV series. He was played by a different actor.
It
He's
looks like
also
they were
played
trying to
by-
copy Riddick's look. I won't lie. Looks like Riddick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love Riddick. I own his
Yeah.
blades. I have the Ukulas or whatever they're called. I own them. Yeah.
Oh,
I almost killed myself with them, but they're nice. They're really nice
jeez.
because they fell off my wall and almost landed on me. So
Oh
'Cause
my
you
god,
gotta,
that's
the
really
point-
bad.
yeah, it is. It's my fault though. I was hanging up above my closet and I hammered one in, and then I was hammering the other one in, and while I was hammering the other one in, the other one fell out because I was hammering. It was my bad. I got lucky. It landed right next to me.
Yeah, it's
thought-
good that you survived that. Oh man, that sounds like a Final Destination thing. If
Oh,
it
yeah,
ended the wrong
I've-
way.
I've almost drowned twice. Been electrocuted 6 times. Yeah, I've almost died 10 times. My heart stopped. My son. I've died almost 10 times. So
Oh.
That's crazy, but it's good that you're alive to tell
Welcome
the
to the
story.
Welcome back, Draconis.
Hey, Draconis.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Hi, welcome back. Yep. We're going through Blade tonight. Yeah. Much
Yeah, I
better.
found a 4-film collection pack this weekend. I know I have the movie somewhere, but it's packed away. So when I went through Walmart, I saw it and I went, oh, I better grab that. I guess the 4th movie, it doesn't have Wesley Snipes in it, but it's called House of Chthon, something like that. If I can read that right.
It's either
I
the
don't-
animated TV show or it's the TV show pilot that they made 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It wasn't
Probably
animated.
that.
Yeah.
I
it was
own the
probably-
life size
And it's-
poster of Blade from the movie theater when the number 3 came out. My kid's dad
nice.
worked at the theater, and it's a life size. It's huge. Yeah, I still have it from when we were 6, or how old was I? I think 17, 18.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I was saying earlier that Wesley Snipes had the choice either to be T'Challa, aka Black Panther, or he was going to be Blade, and he chose Blade. But I'd rather have him be that than T'Challa
Mhm.
because I don't think he could do the accent well enough. He probably wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to
No.
Yeah.
do the
So
African
Blade was the right
accent.
choice. So it was definitely Blade that fitted him better.
He was in a
Yeah,
movie called Jungle
it just
Fever.
fit him better. Because in real life, Wesley Snipes doesn't give a shit.
No, that's
How
awesome.
Blade is. Blade's like, I don't give a fuck. I'll do whatever I please.
He was horribly mean to Ryan Reynolds, and I'm here for it. I love it.
That's why Blade is what Blade is. Blade.
Yep.
Blade is a mean, tough son of a gun. He doesn't care what happens. He does what he has to do.
He's an anti-hero. He's not a traditional superhero. People forget
No,
that.
right.
Like he he only does good indirectly,
Yep.
not because he wants to, but because it's necessary at that moment.
He's a anti-hero that just wants to bring justice, but justice in his own manner way.
Yeah, he's basically Batman if he wasn't a hero, and the Punisher,
Exactly.
but a vampire hunter. Basically, that's all he is. That's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
The Punisher, he's a drug dealing killer.
The Punisher
Yeah.
wants
He's a drug dealer killer. That's what he is.
to- Okay, why? Why?
It's
Hey,
weird though in
Rotel.
the movies though, or at least in some comics, he's a daywalker, but he's actually supposed to just be human. He's not supposed to be a hybrid.
Yeah, and this is one of the hybrids who is also Blade's arch enemy, Deacon Frost. He was portrayed by Stephen Dorff in 1998, serving as the main antagonist who started Blade's journey as the vampire hunter, just by getting too close to his mother and making her a vampire out of her.
Yeah, that's so weird, right? Like he basically, it's presumed that Blade's mom died, right? But she
Yep.
didn't. Or at least part of her died, right? Cuz honestly, I like to believe that the vampire that was supposed to be Blade's mom, that's not really her. I think she died a long time ago and the vampire parasite just took over. And
Yeah.
because remember in the movie when he looked at the doctor, I don't remember her name, right? When he looked at her as if that was his mom, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Like a flashback. Oh, that's what my mother would look like if she was young.
I thought his mom died in childbirth. No.
No, she didn't.
Oh, she didn't. Okay.
That's what the
Technically,
movie
I mean,
showed, though, right? Isn't that what
She-
the movie
so-
showed?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not the most learned on the Blade lore, but he
Right.
he got infected while he was in the womb, right?
yes.
The mom got
Right.
bit,
In the
and then-
movie version,
Yeah.
he became a daywalker through a vampire biting her while she was
Okay.
pregnant.
and then it infected him because he was still in the womb,
Yes.
and then he was
Yes.
born basically like a daywalker.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's not the way the comic book goes.
Not
Depending on the
That's-
iteration. Depending on the iteration.
I thought
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
the way the comic went, but yeah,
I think
They-
after the movie, they made him a daywalker in certain comics.
Right. They
Or
retconned it back to match kind of.
Yeah,
kind
but
of the movie.
he's supposed to be a human. He's not supposed to be
Right.
a vampire or a hybrid daywalker or whatever. He's not supposed
Right.
to do that.
Yeah, I said that earlier. Like right now, the picture we see up there when the '73 era. Yeah, he was just a regular human. Just a.
They gave him the
hunter.
vampire, the daywalker abilities probably so he can match up with the supernatural says the Marvel
Okay.
comics aesthetic. So he can have a reason. Why is he so strong? Why is he so durable, falling off a building or whatever? Yeah, because he's a daywalker.
Yeah.
So the daywalker part, that was a retcon then, basically.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's a
Gotcha.
good one. It's not wrong with that.
No, it
No,
fits.
Because
It's
he's
nice.
in that comic book world. What do you expect? If he falls off a building, he's goner.
Mhm.
Well,
Or
I
if
know
he gets
some of
shot.
that. Yeah, I know some of that time before they retconned it. It was one of those things that he was using like talismans and amulets and stuff like that to kind of boost him up. So
Yeah.
instead of having to go through different kinds of things like that, they decided let's just make him a daywalker where he's just as strong, doesn't have to worry about all this other stuff to actually make a story of.
You know why I think they did that was because they saw like Shang-Chi and they saw like Black Panther and they're like, oh, there's too many characters very similar having amulets and magic powers. Let's just make him a hybrid vampire
I
and
totally
call it
agree.
a day.
Right.
Yeah. There's also an anime. It also featured Deacon Frost in anime as well.
Also, Deacon Frost is young in the movies, right? Like
Right, right.
in the actual comic or animated, he's old. He's not
Yeah.
young. He's not in his
Yep.
20s/30s.
Right.
Right on. Yep. Yeah. That was the main difference with the character on his adaptation was his youth.
I'm okay
What?
with that as long as it explained that because he's a vampire. Because remember, in the vampire lore, right, they have to stay alive for a long time, right? they have to feed off of people. So of course they're going to look young sometimes. In my headcanon, I think that's the reason why he looks so like in his mid 20s, mid 30s, because he wants to look like that because of his vampire abilities.
Right.
He could be,
Well-
in reality, he's probably an old man. He's probably like a frail 70, 80-year-old looking man in his true appearance.
Yeah, because I was going to
There.
say, I thought with, one of the scenes in the original Blade, he's talking to Deacon Frost, that it was like the 20s or something when he was bit and changed. It wasn't like the ancient, older vampires, like, that he kills for the ritual later.
Well,
And he was like a quote-unquote younger vampire, but still, 70, 75 years old.
in the movie, right? In the first Blade movie.
Right.
As far as I know, it takes place when Blade's about to be born, such his mother's dying. It takes place in
Right.
1967.
Yeah.
So Frost must have been in his 20s, 30s, 40s back then looking when he met his mother.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So he kept that appearance just for the sake of it.
Yeah, and Mercury. There is also a female vampires like her, like Mercury as well. That was one of the deacon's henchwomen and stuff. Yeah, in the movie, he got a hold of an artifact that turns him into a blood god, which made him invincible to being killed.
He basically became a super vampire.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, he's quite the.
He
He's
could be in
quite
the
the-
sunlight. He basically became a daywalker, and he couldn't be killed. Like he could
Right.
walk in the sun. He doesn't
Yep.
get killed with silver or wooden stake. He's immune to that.
Yeah, and
Yep.
then he can reassemble himself in very bad special effects.
Yeah, yeah. That was the 1990s.
Right.
You got to look past that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, look at him holding a girl hostage like that.
That's hot.
Also, remember in the intro, they had a dude that was wearing a red jacket and a black beanie. What was that
happened to
dude's
the-
name? Like, I
that
don't know what
vampire?
happened to that guy. Did he go to jail for killing somebody?
Huh.
There you go.
Was it the one that he cut the hand off of?
Who?
Is that the actor you're talking about?
Oh,
At the very
Stephen Dorff.
beginning?
Yeah, the guy that went to that club, that weird butcher place. Remember, like he
Right.
was following that chick that turns out to be a vampire, right?
Oh,
Oh.
no. He was on SWAT, the TV show. And he was on The Shield. And
No, yeah,
Oh.
but I'm talking about like what was he? Obviously, he was there to hook up with that chick. that vampire
Okay.
lady.
Just talking about, yeah.
But I'm like, what happened to him? Did he get arrested? Because he was covered in blood when the police / the paramedics found him. They're gonna
I
assume
don't
he
know that
killed
they
him.
ever showed what happened
I was
to
gonna
him
say,
after that.
then.
Yeah, they never resolved that. That's like a plot hole in Blade. They never resolved that. So for all we know, he could have been killed or put in jail for
Right.
killing those people in that club who were really vampires.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, weren't they in like Budapest or something in that first in the club? Is that where that was? I was saying if that's the case, then who knows what could have happened to him there afterwards.
Yeah. Croatia, Budapest, something like that.
Was it in Croatia? I thought it was in the U.S. in the first scene. I mean, I could be wrong because they were all.
Well, he spoke English, so. But I thought they said at the beginning of the show that they were in Croatia. I could be wrong though.
Well, that's what I was thinking because she spoke in another language to like the bouncer.
Right.
That's how I was thinking it was and he could be just could have been some college kid traveling overseas.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Blade, though, he would have been butchered like barbecue.
Yes.
Oh, he would have been a hamburger.
Like literally.
Yeah.
And notice they had that red strawberry sauce. They did that on purpose. So if a regular non henchman police officer saw that, they just think it was just them having fun, pretending to be covered in blood. It's a
Right.
Halloween party or something. They did that on
Yeah.
purpose. They were smart. I like the details they did in the first Blade movie. They knew what they were doing. They're like, well, how do we make this in the real world? Oh, let's pretend it's fake blood. So if the police come, oh no, it's just a Halloween or a weird costume party themed event.
Yeah. Blade had a love interest in the first movie, and that would be and her name was Karen Jensen. Not sure why she didn't come back for the second one, but it would have been worth a shot to see her again.
I still remember her
Mhm.
just because she kicked the vampire in the face in the movie, and that was the scene that scared the crap out of me as a 5-year-old. That made me scream and cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would like classify her as a quote unquote love interest. Because he was just kind of annoying most of the time, and just I think he had that connection, like that whole mother association thing.
Mhm.
Because he
Yep.
basically at one point just gave her a gun and was like, you feel you'd start changing, just blow your brains out.
Yeah. Yeah. Her and Wesley Snipes. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think she was in a blood tech in the first.
Yeah, she's a doctor. She's a
Yeah, she was a hematologist.
Hey,
There you
Alpha
go.
Proto.
also she was dating one of the, was it a coroner? I think.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, because that's why she was down in there when the guy, the one guy that he torched in the club popped open.
Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing how he was still alive from being burned to death. It's insane.
Yeah.
I thought he turned. I thought he was turned.
Oh yeah, he was a vampire all along.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why that's kind of like some of the movie mythos with vampires, that you can only kill them by a stake in the heart and then or cut their head off and then burn them. If they're still
Yeah.
kind of intact, at some point they can still come back, depending on how much blood they drink.
Yeah.
Also destroy the head enough or the brain enough.
Right.
Because it's like the vampire / zombie lore. Because remember, in this movie and in the sequel, right, Blade 2, they're like zombie vampires. Like basically, they're like disfigured or deformed vampires that don't have control of themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the second one.
Like
Because
New
remember the
Bloods on
corner
Twilight.
guy, right? He was basically a zombie. He wasn't a vampire. He was like a vampire in the sense he has the teeth,
Yep.
but he was more of a zombie.
Yeah. He sure was. In the anime, Blade did. Yeah, he was definitely the main villain in the anime.
Yeah, anime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gross.
Well, Iron Man had an anime too in the X-Men.
Gross. Even extra gross.
You don't like anime?
I hate
No.
anime.
She doesn't.
Really?
The only thing that she probably liked was like probably Dragon Ball or Pokemon.
I hated Dragon Ball.
Oh
No,
my god, I'm a
but- and I
Dragon Ball
like
fan. Are you
Digimon.
kidding me?
Yeah, I know.
love it.
I
I
You
don't
didn't like
like
Dragon Ball. How could
I
you
love
not like
Dragon Ball.
Frieza? He's like got the best shit talking out of all the villains.
No.
out
Oh
there.
yeah. Him and
I
Cell.
did like
Him and
Death
Cell.
Note. I own a Death Note.
Cell and Frieza were like
Yeah.
the best combination. If Cell would have get the thing is, Cell had a limitation with that, so Cell couldn't go further than what you couldn't expect it to be unless he knows about the Dragon Balls and wish himself to have over the limit. But Cell had a limitation compared to everybody else, you know. So
Yeah.
the only way Cell could get more power is if he actually absorbs somebody else.
Yep.
Only way.
Wasn't Cell basically like a parasite / a vampire
Yeah.
while being he's basically he's a bio droid,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
he has a lot of things in him that's like he technically he's like vampiric / parasitic
Are we
Mhm.
still talking about
as
anime?
well.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Or
No.
Yep.
because we're crossing it with Blade because vampires are parasites and Cell is a parasite, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, if you really want to cross anime with the vampires, Vampire Hunter D is the movie to watch because it has a Daywalker, and then Dracula, and has the whole
Also, Helsing and Trinity Blood are also good
Right.
ones.
And
yeah.
then Blood Plus. That's what my brother used to watch. Blood Plus or something like
Yep.
We almost got an Underworld Blade crossover movie, but Disney.
that. I'm glad no.
I would have been okay with it.
Underworld was just a bunch of beauty shots because what's her face was boning the director.
Look, it was Twilight before Twilight, but at least it had
Right.
action scenes.
Oh,
Yeah.
At least the action scenes made up for it. I'll give it that.
she's
Wasn't
a
Charles
horrible
Dance
actress.
in one of those?
Yeah.
The guy that played
I
Tywin? He
think-
was in one of them, right?
I think for me, ever since Disney took over the Marvel industry, it just became total trash. Ever since.
Yeah,
you know?
it did.
I don't like when
Yeah.
I don't like when these high corporate buy like freelance, companies and just
Well,
they change everything around.
I would love for Wesley Snipes or whoever's going to be Blade, right? But they're going to make Blade PG-13. They're not going to make it rated R unless Ryan Reynolds and basically tells them, "No, I'm producing it, and everything I touch turns to gold." And they'll leave
Exactly,
him
because you know
alone.
what it is, that the thing is that when we watch, it's supposed to be for movies for us, but they can just make everything for kids. But what about us? We need entertainment too.
Yeah, and
You know?
Blade's
And we
not
don't want to
for
watch no PG-13 crap. I want to watch.
and
some
Blade's
horror
not
stuff.
for kids. I'm sorry. All that
Exactly.
No.
slicing and dicing and blood, that's not for kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're trying to
Definitely
make it
not.
for kids. The kids want to see what we do because our stuff is better than the kids.
Because it's
Stop.
superheroes.
And the thing is
So,
that, yeah,
What was
I have-
Blade 3 PG-13? Because I swear
No,
it
it wasn't.
No.
Okay.
R-rated, just like the
Okay,
others.
good.
PG
Because I swear,
Especially because some of the jokes from Ryan Reynolds.
yes. PG-13, for example, Wolverine is not PG-13.
Yeah, I would
Deadpool's not PG-13, and so is Blade is not PG-13.
I would say X-Men Origins Wolverine and the Wolverine, the only reason why they're PG-13 is because they had to cut the violence out. They had to cut the blood and the gore out of it. If they would have kept it intact, it would have been both of those movies would have been like Logan, rated R.
Right.
There was a video game for X-Men Origins Wolverine for the PS3,
Yeah, it did.
Xbox 360 version where
Oh,
it was
yeah, that
rated M
was
for
great.
mature. And
Yeah,
it was
that
great.
game
It's
was
the best
great, yeah.
version.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's right about one thing. Yeah, 1998 Blade movie did save Marvel for being stuck in the slump.
Yep.
Yeah, but come along the corporate culture, and now it's back to where it was from square one.
And I feel bad for Blade because it feels like the redheaded stepchild or the black sheep of the Marvel movies because everybody credits X-Men or Spider-Man, but Blade started it off.
Yes.
That's a fact. And the thing
It
is
was
that
a resurgence. If it, obviously you had the original Incredible Hulk TV show, but that was in the 70s. That doesn't
Right.
really count. And the
How about
TV
the 80s?
movies. Well, the 80s had the TV movies.
Right.
The 70s, like 77, 78, that's when the TV show started.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
excluding that, it's like, yeah, sure, the Hulk started it, or what's his name? The Howard the Duck, right? If you want to be technical. And then you
Yeah.
had Punisher
Oh, yeah,
from
yeah.
the 90s.
and he was
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
Howard
Marvel.
Howard, I
Dolph
forgot. That's
Lundgren.
right. I did say Howard Duck was.
That
the
was a
first
funny movie,
before-
though.
But
before
those
the-
don't really count. Like officially, I consider Blade to be the start of
Me
the
too.
cinematic universe for modern Marvel movies / TV
Right.
shows.
Right.
And then Spider-Man / the X-Men, if you want to count those afterwards.
So out of the three movies, which one would everyone say is the best of the three?
First one.
The third
Yep.
one by default is not good, so we're gonna toss that out.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And how
I
about
like
the
the
second
second
movie?
one. I like the second one, but the first one's good too. So it's hard.
Yeah. And in the second one, Blade gets another love interest, replacing Karen, who was played by the same actress who appeared in the second episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., who was born in Chile.
Is it weird though that like they got rid of the doctor from the first movie, right? I always felt that Wesker should have stayed dead in the first movie, but I
What?
felt
Yeah.
that they
Whistler?
retconned it.
In Resident Evil?
Who?
Wesker?
No.
Whistler.
No, no.
No,
Whistler.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
I thought you said
Wessler. Sorry,
Who's
I don't know.
here?
It sounded like Wesker.
I was there for a
And,
Oh,
moment.
then you said Wesker.
Who's fan of the third
yeah.
one? The Trinity. I wasn't big on too.
No,
big
but
on
I
that one.
always felt that Whistler was supposed to die in the first one. He should have stayed dead. The way that he shot himself, it showed that, right? So it's
No,
like-
it never showed it. And you heard him. You heard the gunshot, but you never actually saw him shoot himself.
Yeah, the
Yep.
pistol
They
fell
left it
down to
open.
the side.
Yeah, who knows? They kind of left it open. I mean, I understand why they didn't, show Chris Christopherson blowing his brains out in the first movie, but they with doing that they left it open to that he could have possibly returned.
it's weird because I always felt that the reason why Blade went to Russia was to look for the chick, the woman, but they retconned it for the second movie that it was Whistler the whole time because of the dialogue. Oh no, I was looking for you and I ended up in Czech and I found you. I went
Yeah.
to Russia and then I went to the Czech Republic.
Right.
Because I think the reason why they didn't bring her back is she probably wanted more money, or they thought she
Right.
wanted more money,
Yeah.
so they told her to take a hike.
Or she didn't
Or
want
be
to get
talking.
typecasted.
That too.
I mean, and like I said, in the first movie, I don't think she was as much of a love interest as the vampire princess in the second one. Because he was just she was more like a representative of his mom before she changed in his mind than an actual, partner. Because she was just kind of annoying tag along through the majority of it. I think Whistler and her had more better interaction than what her and Blaine were.
Yeah, and then you have Scud in the second movie, which that was really stupid, by the way. We're gonna introduce this new character, and you could tell that was a retcon / a rewrite. I think Whistler was supposed to be evil or a shapeshifter. It wasn't gonna
Yeah.
be him. And at the last minute, they're like, "No, we
Yeah.
don't want to do that. If we do another movie, we want to bring him back." So
Right.
they just had the new guy. Yeah, I want to be a slave to the vampires. Oh yeah, by the way, the bomb's real, and he just
Yeah.
dies immediately. Like what?
Yeah. Now let's
You-
check out Ron Perlman, who played Reinhardt in the second movie.
And he
Every
should
time I
have been
think-
the final villain in the movie.
Yeah, but it
Not
was
that,
someone else.
not the father / the son. They were useless.
Yeah, I see.
Because at least he has personality. At least he's a vampire version of what Blade would be if he was a cold-hearted piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every time I
And
see his
that
face,
would have been a
though-
good. That would have been a good cross between the two of them.
Yeah.
They're
Every time I
opposites
see
of
his-
each other.
Every time I see his face, though, I just can't stop but think about Hellboy and Fallout, where he says, "War never changes."
Every
I just think about
every time I
that.
see Ron Perlman, I always think of City of the Lost Children, one of his older movies. It's
Ooh.
the first time I ever saw him, but he's great.
I like Ron Perlman. He's a good actor. He knows how to play the.
Yeah.
He knows how to. Well, here's the thing. It does help though that he's a dick in real life, so he's really good at playing villains.
Okay, I'm gonna be really mean, but to me, Ron Perlman looks like the white
He's
gorillas.
lying in the chat. You're a
He
liar.
looks like the white gorilla from.
Ah, hi
Congo.
there, Dark Hour.
Oh God!
Really?
Dave Blade 2 is the best. He's a liar. He's such a liar.
You all know it's true.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If you're, yeah,
Well, it makes sense why he's in the movie because Del Toro was the director for this movie.
Right,
So,
Right.
and he loves collaborating with Ron Perlman.
yep.
He's essentially his Robert De Niro to Scorsese. He's in everything he's in.
Right.
Yep.
Also, Donnie Yen is in this movie.
Donnie Yen.
He has
Yeah,
a great role in this movie.
but he's quiet. He's silent,
Right.
probably because he didn't know either. He didn't want to speak English, or they didn't think he spoke English enough.
Was this
Yeah.
before his Ip Man movies?
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Okay, because he looks young. Yeah.
Yeah, and also
is.
he was also in Shanghai Nights as the villain. He was the
Mm.
Chinese villain guy in England.
Mhm.
So he was starting to get his foot wet in Hollywood at this point. Making
Yeah.
little cameos here and there before he became Ip Man.
I loved him in Rogue One. Are you kidding me? I'm blind.
Also, he speaks good English. He grew up in Boston, actually.
Right.
Wow.
Like he was born in China, but he was raised for at least 12 years of his life in Boston, Massachusetts. So he went back and forth. By the time he was 12, he went back and forth between China and Massachusetts.
Dude, that would be so awesome if he like somehow got a Boston accent going up there.
Uh-huh.
I imagine
Like-
he probably did, but they probably told him in China, knock off that white boy talk, okay? Talk
Doing
like you're
kung
Chinese.
fu movies with a Boston accent, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, because he'd be like, oh, I'm going to the bar and drinking right in the car, you know?
Yep.
Like he'd be talking like that.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm impressed that you pointed out Donnie Yen. I was actually introduced to the guy from the Star Wars Rogue One movie. I liked him best in John Wick Chapter 4. Yeah.
Oh
he's-
yeah.
He's gonna
good
get
there.
his own movie pretty soon.
I would say, yeah, they're working on the spin-off of his character from John Wick.
Yeah, because they
Oh,
want to
okay.
get that Chinese / Hong Kong market. So yeah, they're gonna
Well,
do a movie.
But let's be honest, he was like
No,
one
he's
of the best
good.
characters. Yeah, he was one of the best characters in 4.
If anybody should get their own spin-off in the John Wick franchise besides like John Wick himself, it should be him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Because you could do so much, like you could do a Hong Kong / Chinese action movie with his character easily. You don't even have
Right.
to change much, and it'd be huge over there.
Yeah, we know he voiced Optimus Primal from the Transformers franchise as well.
Also, Donnie Yen was replaced Jet Li in the Triple X3 because he was too sick. He doesn't want to disclose his illness, but originally Jet Li was penned to be the character that Donnie Yen was supposed to play, and because he couldn't do it, they told him Jet Li told him to get Donnie Yen, so Donnie Yen took his role.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he sure did.
I like Jet Li and Unleashed. Unleashed was my favorite movie of Jet Li. I own the special edition. You know,
I also like The One. The One's a good movie with Jet Li.
Unleashed is better.
Yeah.
You know which one that is? Where he's
Here's Blade's main ally, Abraham Whistler. You know,
Dude, I
the
like
guy-
him, man.
Mhm.
yeah,
He's
be the guy
awesome.
that trained Blade.
He's
Yeah,
like a
he trained
dad to
Blade.
Blade.
Oh, I like him. I like him as an actor too. I forgot what else I've seen him in though. Yeah.
Yep.
It's similar to the earlier story too, because he was before he had his Daywalker properties, he was raised by an old man that was a vampire hunter that took care of him.
Right.
And then the vampire hunter got disappeared and was attacked by a vampire and got turned. And Blade went hunting for him and found him. That was some of the earlier pictures that were being shown.
So they loosely based him off of his old mentor in the comics. I like that.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what it looked like to me. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, he was Blade's closest ally. Yeah, who
And
helped
you know
him
what I
all the way.
liked about it is like they could have had him be an old black man or an old Chinese man or Hispanic man. No, they could have done that, but they like
Oh, my
no.
woman.
They just said no. We want to make sure that there is no racial tensions in this comic at all. Like everybody is equal footing here.
Yep.
I mean, was
They
that
made
even
him
a
an
thing
old
when
man,
the Blade
old
comic
white
came
man.
out? I mean,
For those 2 decades, there was hardly anything. I mean, when Obama was elected, 2/3 of white Americans voted for Obama. So to us, the race thing was already won. It wasn't until the reprogramming of the kids, and then they grew up and said that racism was a big thing again. That's
Yeah,
why
back in
it
these
became
days,
such
I
a
don't think
problem.
No, I'm
I don't think
saying that
anybody
because
cared
it,
that
it
Blade
could
was-
have been like the Luke Cage / Power Man situation where everybody, every white guy was a villain
Aw.
Right.
except for the superheroes because of
That's right.
convenient reasons. Like we can't have the superheroes be the villains.
Well,
Yeah.
and that was kind of one of the things, especially like the mid
doggo.
late '90s.
Good boy.
Even close to the early 2000s. When you made a movie or you like copied something from comics or whatever, people wanted comic accurate. Didn't want any of this changing,
No.
taking these liberties. We want to see what we saw for, decades. So
Yeah. Yeah. Unleashed is also named Danny the dog.
Also, around this time, Spawn came out,
He misses
Yes.
I
his
love
daughter.
Spawn. I love
and
Spawn.
it's weird they changed a lot of stuff in the movie though. Like for example, the person that killed him was a woman instead of a guy. They
right.
changed that for
Oh,
whatever
that.
reason. Yeah, they created a new character. She didn't exist in the comics or in the cartoon.
Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something
Because-
that's always kind of like blown my mind in terms of these adaptations. You have all of these very popular comic runs that sold for years and years, and you have all these source material to pick and choose from, yet they decide to go with this other bullshit that they've been going with instead of just pick the most popular comic runs and turn those into movies and shows. That's like an automatic win right there,
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
probably because they don't want to pay royalties to the author that wrote those stories or the artist that wrote who drew the story. So they want to get the decent, not the best, but okay storyline. So when they have to pay them royalties, they don't have to pay them much.
I mean, but doesn't Marvel own the property though? If it's under their
Yeah,
comic?
but again, we have the Batman embargo in DC, and that's ridiculous in itself.
yeah,
You
That's
can't use certain
self-inflicted.
characters for these things. And it's not even Batman, it's other characters too.
Yeah.
and I
It's
think
just-
there's also a difference between like movie rights and show rights and comic rights, etc. Right? So
Yeah.
I
that-
think- But I think mostly after the Fox acquisition, all that for Marvel should have went out the door. But that has been a big thing, especially with Feige, which he's lost his fastball a long time ago. He would tell these writers and directors, do not look at source material. Just
Yeah,
write
that
it and
makes
direct it you want. What freaking kind of sense does that make? You
zero.
have decades
Well,
upon decades of
It-
great, phenomenal stories that you can tweak a little bit, but just give everybody what they want, what they've seen from the comics for decades, these stories, these characters. But no, we've got to inject all this other crap. And then in the comics, and I think it started to happen around like 2010, they started pushing these, for lack of a better term, DEI characters in the comics.
Yep.
That did not sell, yet they continued to push them out. And then that's part of the reason, like in DC, the New 52 started, because they could have got rid of some of those characters and then moved on. And then, like the Ultimate Universe, Ultimate Marvel, and stuff like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah, they started turning all these characters gay, and they started doing race swaps. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
they
Iceman
turned
is
Tim.
gay, Robin
They
is
turned
gay.
Tim Drake. They
Iceman's
turned
actually
Tim
been gay
Drake
for a while. They have
Iceman was
older.
never gay.
they
in the
did.
comics.
Iceman did that. They did that in like 2010.
That was a retcon.
20, yeah, and
And
that
they-
was an
I have
absolute
all of the
retcon.
original X Factor comics, and he
And
was
they
never
also
gay.
No,
Yeah,
racially
he got
swapped.
mind controlled by Phoenix
Gene. Yeah,
to Jean Grey to be gay. He was
Yeah.
never supposed to be gay. That's terrible. You got mind
Yeah.
controlled to be gay?
Yeah, and they basically,
Yeah.
if you're a DC,
Yeah. That's
if
how
you're if you're
it
a DC
works.
fan, hold on, my bad, Miss Farco. If you're a DC fan,
No, you're fine.
they actually racially swapped Silver Surfer, which that really got me pissed off.
Mhm.
They also they made Tim Drake bisexual, aka gay, because he's
Right.
never
Yep.
going to date women ever again after that. So let's
Right.
drop that. And they made John Kent, Superboy, gay. They
Yeah.
made him gay Superman because let's
Oh,
do the shock
Draconis.
value.
Oh, I have those comics.
We
Yeah.
lost Draconis.
He'll be back.
I still think it's funny that they think that the fans of theirs are actually LGBT like that stuff, but it's actually like no, they don't. If you see a lot of the criticism from fans who are LGBT, they actually criticize the stuff just as much as the fans who ain't.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Lantern was
absolutely.
gay though.
Like at one point, there was actually talks about making Nightwing bisexual or gay, and
Yeah.
all these like fans of his who are gay and bisexual on Reddit chewed people out for saying that they should even do that in the first place. They wrecked them on Reddit for even
Okay.
suggesting the idea.
So Iceman was only gay in April 2015 comic with the X-Men. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
definitely a retcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a retcon. Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
It means
I
they
read
changed.
comics, but I
Okay,
don't know
but
what that
the
means.
sparkles. A retcon means retro continuity means they changed it. It
Okay.
wasn't
Yeah.
the original thing, so
Yeah,
they changed it.
They changed the older one to fit a new story that they want to do.
Right,
Okay.
that's what a retcon means. It means they changed the storyline for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not all retcons are bad. Some of them can work if done properly and done right.
Well, Blade is a prime
It fits.
example
Mhm.
I love
of a
Catwoman.
retcon done right.
Yeah, that he's a daywalker now because he has to have superpowers to combat
Right.
with vampires.
Right.
Because there's too
But
many
it
magic
works.
users in the Marvel's comics, which I agree. T'Challa takes special herbs. You have Shang-Chi doing magic, Doctor Strange doing magic. Too many
Scarlet.
magic users. Yeah, Scarlet, Jean Grey, magic. Magneto, magic, but it's only with metal.
Mhm.
Yep. And here's Ryan Reynolds' first role in the
Well, it's
superhero
like-
genre.
Okay. Yeah.
Hannibal King, a skilled fighter and gunman who teams up with Blade and Abigail Whistler in the third film, which was a disappointment, called Blade Trinity. Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny because Ryan Reynolds wants an extra paycheck? He'll bring back, Hannibal. He'll bring him back. Just, hey guys, it's two different characters.
So I saw this in the theater, and what pissed me off was when she stuck those headphones in her ears and the music started playing. No.
Huh.
He listens
London,
to music
huh?
when she fights. No,
Oh.
push her downstairs.
They say Blade was British. You don't say.
Interesting.
Huh. That makes sense.
He likes fish and chips.
Yeah. So they Americanized him.
America.
I mean, they
Yeah.
probably didn't want to do scenes in England of him, fighting in England. They're like, oh, let's just set this in New York or whatever, or in Louisiana. Who
You
cares?
should make it fight Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
I don't like when they change the character's origin though. Like they should have just left it the way it was. Maybe he could have been better as a British too. You never know. So,
Yeah, but
No,
sometimes
Dan,
changing
come
the
on,
character,
no.
sometimes changing the character origin is for the best. Like the original
too.
Batman was just Batman. He wasn't Bruce Wayne. He
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
have a secret identity. He was just a psychopath fighting at night, taking down bad guys. That's what he was, and they
And
changed
he
it
used
for the
guns.
good.
Mhm.
Yep, and he let people die. He would let them fall to their death. That
And
was the
because
original
they-
Batman.
but Batman he had a conscience though.
In
He
the actual Detective Comics originally, when he was created, he had guns and shot people.
Yeah,
That
or
was-
he would
that
let
was also
people
like-
fall to their death if they were
Right.
falling off a building. He would not save them at all.
That's
They
hilarious.
made a reference to that in the Batman Begins. I'm not gonna kill you, but I won't save you either.
The only
Yep.
one I became a fan after that, after Batman, more of a fan was Jason Todd because Jason Todd would just straight killed him. It's like,
Well, dude, and in the first two Batman movies with Keaton, he killed a bunch of people.
yeah,
Oh,
he-
yeah. There's
Yeah.
no way
Jason
that
Todd
that's
was nuts.
fine.
He blew up all
It-
kinds of people.
And
Yep.
Batman v Superman, he killed people. He
Yeah.
used
Yeah.
guns.
Yeah. Blade kills vampires more than Batman does with people.
And I don't have a problem with Batman in certain iterations of storylines, him doing it, because to me it's an Elseworld story. It's not the current or the original Batman, the mythos that we know today. It's another story. So it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Or like for example, Superman, right? Originally he didn't have flight. He had super jump.
Right.
Yep.
They changed it to flight in the Flesher cartoons because they didn't want to animate it. Him doing the jump No, we're just going to make him fly. Just because we don't want to animate him doing the jump constantly.
Yeah.
I think that was a good change. That'd be kind of lame if he had to jump everywhere.
I mean, it could work. I mean, I remember watching it in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z where Goku did it. He did the super jump basically. It depends on the storyline. If it could be worked into it.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Also, you want to know an interesting fact about this? In Blade 3, right? Which is one of the worst movies in the Blade franchise. Besides the TV show. Well, Ryan Reynolds and also Patton Oswalt was in this movie. He did not want to open his eyes, so they had to digitally CGI eyes on his face.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they had to because he refused to open his eyes.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous. Yeah, he didn't want to open it. Like he would have his shades off. He'll have his eyes closed, his eyelids closed. So they had to digitally impose his eyes, probably from the first two movies,
right,
and paste it over his eyelids.
What was that all about? Did he have like eye problems or?
Because he didn't want to be there.
Oh, but he
I
still
thought
took
that
the
guy was
paycheck.
gay. I thought he was gay.
He didn't want to be there, but we'll still collect the money. I got you. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
He still seems gay to me.
Such a tough life, getting paid millions of dollars to play pretend. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're in a weapons cache room with lots of weapons they used against vampires.
Also, they had to use his stunt double.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had to use the stunt double in most scenes because he didn't want to do it.
So here's a question I got for the more like experienced Blade people. What all did he have in his arsenal besides his sword? And I know he had a few other gadgets, but did he have a pretty big arsenal of weapons to use against vampires when he was hunting them?
He used flash grenades that was basically UV lights. Like basically when he didn't have sun or he didn't have garlic spray, because he also used garlic spray too. He would use that.
And so the UV bombs would basically just vaporize.
Yes, they would
vampires.
kill them. It would literally incinerate them.
Well, and then his glaive, especially that you saw in the first movie, was one of his primary weapon.
Like a throwing blade type thing, right?
Yeah, it's a glaive. Yeah, the one that spun around the room.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he used that quite a bit. He had silver stakes. He had silver tip bullets. Just basically a shitload of stuff. Anything that you can.
Yeah, guns, shotguns, combat shotguns.
Right.
You name it. He had assault rifles, anything.
Did any of the movies have one of those? Kind of remember, like in the John Wick movie with the sommelier that want to do a tasting. Did they have a scene like that where they show him kind of gearing up and showing all of his shit like that, or no?
Well, didn't they in 3 kind of when everybody was getting ready? You know, when
there were a couple of scenes, as I remember, where they showed him outfitting himself with his different weapons.
Yep. Yeah.
Because I remember, like in the first movie, he was where they got that serum that basically makes blood explode. He was putting those in his vest and filling his guns and stuff like that. So yeah, they've showed a few of them of him. With
I always like those scenes in movies.
He also had the antidote serum that basically reversed vampirism, like he did with the with Frost at the end. He had that as a
Right.
weapon. If you want to count that as a weapon, it wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to cure his vampirism,
Right.
but he instead used it as a weapon at the end because he couldn't do
Right.
anything else.
I don't remember that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and the vampire was Drake was played by Dominic Purcell, same guy who played Heatwave in the CWDC shows.
I was kind of on the fence with that character. He wasn't bad, but I think it could have been done better as him as the original Dracula.
Yeah, same here.
It looks a bit
Yes.
bulky to be a Dracula, personally.
I have
So
a
that's
hard
who
time
plays
accepting
Dracula?
Parker Posey as the leader of the group. I don't know. I've seen her in a bunch of other stuff. So when they made her the chief of the group, I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, in the third movie, they gave him a completely different vampire form. Kind of looks like Satan by looking so red and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know with that design, I kind of saw like the behind the scenes of that. They were kind of playing into like the Sumerian lore.
Yeah.
They were making him, yeah,
I
they were
like them
making
into
him that old.
Mm-hmm.
That he was more of a jinn kind of creature on his own, that he was able to adapt his own skin, and he was the original vampire. So
Brian Steele. Yeah. They say Brian Steele played this guy. Drake's larger form. Yeah. Interesting that they also had him wear the metal on the left arm, while his right arm is bare muscle.
He's got the gladiator armor going on.
Yeah, that's it. Gladiator armor. I was just trying to think of the name.
that's
Go
an
fight
early
Russell Crowe.
2000s choice.
Yep. Yeah, Brian Steele's a legendary.
This character is technically the Dracula character then.
Right, yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like their version of the original Dracula.
So they did kind of retcon that from the comic, because I think in the Marvel comic, Dracula was infected by another vampire from that was like thousands of years old, something like that. Dracula isn't the first vampire in the comics, I believe.
Well, and then I think now they've changed that. Then they're going
They retconned
almost
that again.
Yeah, it's almost that they brought in like the biblical to it. That
Okay.
the original vampire was Judas.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've actually just, I guess about 6 or 7 months ago, started a new Blade title, and it's actually a red band, and it's actually not bad. I've been keeping up on it, and it's pretty R-rated.
Yeah. There are also other villains that Blade fought against that never appeared in the live action films, but did appear in anime projects like Marvel Disc Wars, and that would be Bear in Blood. You know, he was originally an enemy of Captain America. Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause wasn't he a Nazi experiment as well? Kind of
Yeah.
like Red Skull.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he was. And he was definitely a formidable one. Quite intimidating. Yeah, he was in the anime series where he fought against Blade for the first time on screen, which I give them credit for too. I mean, you don't often see characters like Baron Blood on the TV or the movies and stuff like that. So we gotta give it to Japan for bringing him onto the screen, silver screen. Yeah, it was a 2-part event from the show I watched a long time ago. Yeah, anime. And there was also another villain that some of us thought was going to be in Morbius, but was replaced with some made up nothing burger, and that was called someone called Lorix Crown.
This guy doesn't look too scary. He's too cute.
Little
Yeah,
fuzzy guy.
But he has a dark soul underneath all that fur.
Don't let the cute smile fool you.
He's like the what was it? The
Lucius Crown.
Tribbles from Star Trek. He just keeps
yeah,
multiplying.
here he is, Lucius Crown. Yeah, he was a temporary foe of Blade, who we haven't seen and who was absent for quite some time, for years before coming back and then getting killed off. Yeah, this guy was. Yeah, we thought he was going to be played by Matt Smith in this movie, but instead they made him Milo, someone made up from scratch. Yeah, it's also another problem with people running the studios these days. They can't even stay true to their word. They always gotta slack off and shit. But then again, who knows if they'll ever even some of these characters will even see the light of day. Yeah, even television series can't seem to bother affording what's in the comics, and that they always gotta take the easy, cheap route and stuff.
Well, and that just kind of goes back to what we talked about before. You've got so much source material that you can adapt almost anything. I mean, especially with Marvel. I mean, you can lean into horror stuff. You can lean into just like the kids programming, you know, like the smaller and teen. I mean, like, what was it, New Warriors and stuff like that. You can have all these things, but it seems like they want to have everything all lean into one instead of dividing things up to be able to. And by the way, that is a great game. The Midnight Suns game. It's fun.
It is.
Yeah,
Although they changed it to sun, like the sun in the sky,
Right.
Yeah.
which is I don't understand that. That's kind of odd, but
They also did add it in the what was it? Venom calling himself they them.
Yeah.
oh,
that
no.
was
yeah,
yeah.
But that was one small thing. The rest of the game though, it's overall good. I can let that go. Still
Right.
stupid though.
mhm.
Yeah.
No, but to your
Lance
point
Fifty.
though, they know exactly which runs sold like hotcakes. It's
Oh,
not
absolutely.
a mystery. They have the books. They own the books,
Right.
right? So they know exactly which ones are the most popular, and that's an automatic win. You already have a built-in audience that wants that as a movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a license to print money, and they seem adverse to it. You know, it just blows my mind.
Yeah, too averse. Because they have their mind on other things. That's wasting a lot of time and a lot of valuable
Well, it's,
stuff.
yeah, and that leads back to, you know, like Blade. How hard is it to make a movie about a vampire hunter killing vampires? You know, the last time they introduced what like the script was, they basically were putting Blade as second, you know, behind. They were going to make him have a daughter, and she was going to take over. And it's like, really, you're going to introduce Blade, but have him second fiddle in his own movie?
Yeah.
I don't know why that's such a common thing these days. We just saw that with Superman, and they do that.
Right.
It's not the first time. If you're going to make a Blade movie, Blade needs to be the star of the show. That's what the movie's
Right.
called.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you want to make another movie with another character, like a spin-off, go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But introduce the main character first and then do the spinoff.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
And heck, even in the main movie, kind of do build up that character that way when he or she does get their own movie. At least you already know who they are and what they're capable of.
Exactly.
right,
You
right.
already- you already laid the foundation out.
Right.
Yeah. And here's Lilith, someone that Marvel wanted to use as the villainess for Marshall Ali's Blade movie.
Right.
Yeah. Of course, Mahershala Ali would not approve of the scripts that were coming out. So, yeah, and because of all the gatekeeping going on and all the stalling in these goddamn focus groups that are holding up the production of the script, the movie's put on in development hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So much hubris is really annoying.
Yeah.
Way these studios got to keep leaking stuff out.
Yeah, Lilith has always been an interesting sort of villain character in the Marvel comics. Has she been used in any of the movies at all?
I
Yet?
think I barely see this character in a way though. Lilith. Yeah, I barely see her in other
She's
Marvel.
in like video games, and other
Yeah.
things.
Right.
but I
Yeah,
don't think
she's
I've ever
in
seen her, like,
Diablo
movies.
4.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
based
that-
on that same character, right? Yeah, because Lilith is like an ancient, I think, like a biblical character or something like that.
The
Yeah,
mother
she
of
was
like a demon
Adam's.
underground character, like a demon.
She was
underground.
Adam's first wife who
There you
became
go.
a demon because she wouldn't submit to her husband.
There you go.
That's
Well,
true.
and
too.
yeah, she was actually even in the Supernatural series. She's the
That
quote
too.
unquote mother of monsters.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised
Yeah.
they haven't used her in any of the movies yet because she's an easy, like, big boss villain type. You could just,
Well, the
If
thing is,
they-
they probably ruin her. That's the thing. They probably
Right.
ruin her.
Yeah, that's true.
now, if they ever did a Midnight Suns movie, I could see her being the big bad.
Where is
Yeah.
the Midnight Suns movie? That's my question.
Same as
How many-
Blade.
How many of the
Development
characters
hell.
on the Midnight Suns teams are super cool that everybody already likes, right? It's got what, Doctor Strange, Blade. Who else is in Midnight Suns again? Is
Ghost
Daredevil in it?
Rider.
Ghost Rider. Yeah, I mean, come on,
Yeah.
it's like an Avengers for the supernatural kind of thing.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be dope though. That is dope. The Midnight Suns, how they
Yeah.
all gather together just to fight crime at night because
Yeah.
they only can fight at night because their power works at night.
Yeah.
That's what they call it, the Midnight Suns.
Well, it's kind of almost like the Avengers Dark. They go after the Midnight Suns are all deal with more supernatural bad
Yeah.
guys.
Got
So
it.
like the Dracula, the Lilith, the demons and that kind of thing. So you're talking like Strange and
Scarlet.
Johnny Blaze, Scarlet Witch,
Understandable.
Blade, those kind of things. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They really
And
do need to use her because she is a great villain in Midnight Suns, especially that dynamic between you and her being her child. That's a good
Right.
dynamic.
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I
Something
mean,
like that.
there's been iterations of like Wolverine on the Midnight Suns in a couple of the second run that they did. He was one of them. And you can have great characters, and that's kind of what I was going back to with. You can have all sorts of genres in the Marvel universe,
Mhm.
and not have to have everything connected.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
There you go. That's the
just-
guy that originally bit Dracula, that Varney character you just pulled
Ooh.
up.
mhm.
He was like in the comics, he was a vampire from like 10,000 years ago or something like that.
Right.
And at some
Oh,
point
yeah.
during like the 1400s or whatever, he decided to pass his gift on to Vlad Chepich, the guy that becomes Dracula. But I guess that was
Vlad-
retcon, like you were saying before. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was the original vampire god.
I'm not even sure he's the original, but as far as like the lore is concerned, he's like the earliest known. Yeah, but
Right.
he got his power from somewhere, which is still unexplained.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. And there's Dracula along with his cult of vampires here in the background. Man. Yeah. Yeah, it's really something to see all. Yeah. Yeah, you barely get much Blade barely has a major role. Blade barely has a big rogues gallery of major villains. Usually because of the fact that most of them die off at the hands of his sword.
Yeah.
And
Well,
some of them.
And you'd be surprised how many comics he's actually in by himself. He doesn't have that long of runs. He's always either been in a team up or like guest spot or like Tomb of Dracula and then like, Night Stalkers that he's with this group. Blade itself on his own, that early 90s run was about the longest he had ever been in, which was only about a year and a half.
Yeah, I remember because that
Yeah.
was the era that I used to collect comics, and his run was, it was a big deal when it came out, but it didn't last long. I remember it was pretty
No.
short.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
but yeah, seeing him in the team up, so that was great when he was teaming up with the other characters. That was awesome, though.
Yep. Well, I guess we can call it there, guys. Thanks for coming on tonight, fellas. It was really
Sarge,
fun.
This was fun.
Thanks,
It was a good
everybody.
talk.
Yeah, good
Yeah, man.
times.
Always a
Yep.
pleasure.
It's good hearing you guys.
Yeah, man.
I've seen quite a few of you guys like in the chats on other videos. So,
Yeah, and thanks for joining us, CD.
oh, no problem. No problem.
This
Yeah.
this was a fun topic. I really love superheroes, but Blade was one of my favorites. So I probably lost track of him. That's why I didn't talk that much. But he's always been a great. Not well, I can't say great superhero. It's like an anti-superhero, like you said. I could believe that, but he was actually pretty good. He was actually a good anti-superhero.
Deep
Same
down, he's
with
got a heart of
Empire.
gold.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
I had funny though. I have no idea that much about Blade, just from some videos I've watched here and there. So almost like I forget everything in a couple of minutes after this is over.
Yeah, it's always good to find information.
Go
about
back for a
characters.
rewatch. Yeah.
I will.
Rewatch the first movie, and refresher.
Right.
Oh, I never even watched them fully at all, but I need to.
I got to go back and watch them. I haven't seen them since they originally came out. It's been a while, but I definitely want to go back and watch that first one again.
I'll
Yeah,
avoid
sure
watching
thing.
3 though. I
One and
definitely
two
avoid
for
watching
sure.
3.
Yeah, 1 and 2 for sure. 3 is debatable.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
And then don't even worry about the TV show.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Underworld was a
Gotcha.
great movie
Avoid
too.
at all
though.
costs.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I was a big Underworld fan.
Me too.
Yep.
But Kate
Love
Beckinsale,
Underworld.
she was a smoky chick, bro. I tell you. Kate
First couple
Beckinsale.
were good, then it kind of went off.
She
the
could bite
rails
me.
after that.
I'd let her bite me if she wanted.
Same.
Everybody got confused with the daughter of the vampire with Kate Beckinsale, and she was like, and they got mad because they switched the girl. No, they never did switch the girl.
No.
The
no,
other
you're
girl
right.
was the
That was
daughter,
the ancient story.
Yeah.
and then her
Right.
own father
Yes.
killed her
Yes.
because she was in love
It's
with the
weird they
werewolf.
actually do look. Those two actresses do look the same though. That is
Yeah, they did.
cool.
Yeah, the vampire basically like adopted her after he killed her parents, right?
Killed her daughter.
Mhm.
He
No, I
killed
mean
her
the-
daughter and adopted Kate.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
kind of took her under his wing like as a daughter, but not
Yeah.
like her.
Right.
Yeah, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which is fucked up.
Thank you again.
Indeed. Anytime, Sarge.
Yep,
Yes, Sarge.
anytime.
All
Always a
right,
pleasure, my
sorry.
man.
Yep.
Thanks
Time to
so
close
much.
shop.
I'm always available in case anybody wants a guest or something like that, just to
Sure
hang out
thing.
and whatever
Awesome.
whatever I can actually explain and that I know as as my knowledge, and I'm here.
Do you have plans for an Underworld panel one day, Sarge, or no?
We'll see. I'm
Well,
not much of a horror fan, but
Okay.
we'll see.
No, I'm a
Well,
huge
it's horror
fan.
action to be fair. It's more horror action,
Right.
so you might
That's
like
true.
it.
There's a lot of machine guns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the hot main character in a tight latex suit. You cannot go wrong
The
with
black
that.
leather.
Nope,
No.
can't.
Yes.
You can't. You can't. You can't go wrong with a hot chick in a latex suit, bro. You can't.
Yep.
And
Especially
she kicks ass
gothic
too.
wise.
She's even better. And she's not a girl
Especially-
box.
Especially gothic wise.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dark spiritual gothic wise.
All chicks are the best.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone.
All right. Have a good one,
Sorry.
guys.
Have a good one.
All right, take care.
Take care.
Peace.
Peace out.